Yo, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Where does he get those wonderful toys? No. It's new time. Hey, I am taking over for the Lady Birds at the 8:05 spot. It is Tuesday, so you already know what time that is. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday. We're back at it. We're back at it. We're back at it with the Lochness. We're back at it. So, oh man, I have some people already in here. Say what's up, like yeet. Get some. Man, I know everybody ain't thinking. I see what the problem is already. I can tell you what people are thinking. They thinking already. They thinking already. Like, what your boy doing? What your boy doing at this time? But we in here. What's up, Gats boy? Or GA Texas boy? So which I like to call you Gats boy. This is what I mean. I got Gats boy. I mean, you know how it is. GA Texas boy. AFN, GSN Network was popping. Lady Birds on postponed to next week. Let's put that up in the chat. Let's put that up on the screen. The Lady Birds are postponed to next week. Tune in and let's talk about it with the Lochness. What's happening? Junta? What it do, homie? Man, we feeling good today. We feeling good. Taking over their spot, man. Hey, you know, when I fall short, they come in for me. When they fall, your boy come. Hey, I got my Calais Campbell jersey on. Hey, Calais, I need this thing signed. He signed my football. I need to sign my jersey so I can hang that thing back up. But yeah, appreciate everybody for stopping in here. Sorry the ladies ain't in here. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to see the beautiful ladies. You get to see your boy. Hopefully your boy. Hey, could compliment too. You know what I'm saying? I know I can't do it like the ladies, but hey, we're gonna do it. What we got going on? AFN gang, what's good? What's happening? Prove it. What's happening? I see all y'all be pulling up for the ladies. I see what y'all be doing. Y'all be pulling up for them ladies, man. Y'all, rise up, dog. You feel me? Hey, he said, no, this Calais Campbell, 93. This is the same jersey he had on. It ain't the game one, but this is the same one he had on when he hit 100 sacks. So that's what I wanted him to do. I wanted him to sign this and put 100 sacks on it. That would have been 100 sacks, 100 career sacks. But hey, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing started, man. You already know your boy, man. The Lochness, man. Lochness Podcast on YouTube, man. Follow your boy on the Lochness Podcast YouTube if you ain't already. Follow your boy on the Lochness Podcast YouTube. On YouTube. I think I got like 100 subscribers, man. Subscribers. I need more than that. And I need y'all to hit that notification bell. And I need y'all to go ahead and do that thumbs up. And I need y'all to put a comment in the chat. Please. I mean, all these people on AFN, only thing you have to do is just ride over there. I'm gonna tell you like this. What I gotta do to get y'all to get me to 250? You tell me what I need to do. Do I need to get y'all one of these jerseys? Not the Calais Campbell jersey. Not the Calais Campbell. I'm turn it down. It's not the Calais Campbell jersey. We ain't gonna give you Calais Campbell. But we can probably get 250. 250 comments. When I get 250, I scroll up and down on the comments, right? And then I have to close my eyes and point to it. And whoever that is, we can probably get you a Falcons jersey, man, on the Lochness, man. We'll do it like that. Then 500. Or what we'll do a signed football at 250. A jersey at 500. We'll do that. Let's check these comments right quick before we continue. It said strong. For Shosky. Yes. Hey, red and black. Them Falcons will rise up 2005 and beyond, bro. Wishful thinking for our squad. Wishful thinking, because right now, hopes. We always got to be optimistic for the squad. Not subliminal and delusional, but optimistic for our squad. Please do. Please do. So let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. Will the Atlanta Falcons salvage a pre or post draft trade involving Kirk Cousins? Turn this mic down. Will we? That's what I wanted to talk about today, man. If I hear all the chatter, we're seeing him showing up in Cleveland. He's in Cleveland. My thing is what can Cleveland offer us? We know, like, what can Cleveland offer us that will subsidize? Gotta use one of them big words, subsidize. That will subsidize his Kirk Cousins value. How do y'all wait before I go? You said I saw it over there. Okay, for sure, Skip. Salute. That's what I'm talking about. Sub over there. Hey, tell your friends, family, like, hey man, I'm trying to get this. Hey, I'm trying to get that signed football, or I'm trying to get that jersey. I got to sign Michael Vick helmet. I don't think I can get it. But I got a signed football with, Jesse Beck. I don't even think I can get it up. Ooh. I don't know, man. Shoot. Hey man, I make it worth your while. I got a lot of stuff. We got all types of stuff. We got candles. We got all types. I can't get that candle. Somebody gave me that for my birthday. I think. Yeah. Nah, we ain't giving that up. Never that. I can get that thing signed though at the top. Yeah, I do that. But no, man, stuff like that. I mean, I got some people that know some people that know some people that know some people that's cousin with some people that do some hair, some people, like that. For Zosgy. He said, I think it is possibility that Kirk will be in a draft trade. Cleveland has a number 67 and a 99 to give us one of them thirds. Okay. First, before I even tackle that, how do y'all feel about Kirk Cousins at this point? Is he, after what he did 3 to 4 games, it was like, what, 3 to 4 games in a row? I know it's last season and it's over with, but like, how do y'all honestly feel about Kirk? Are y'all ready to turn in y'all chains? You know how many people had them little Dirty Bird chains? You took Kirk chains. I ain't get that. I ain't even get that. You won't even find it in my stuff. Won't even find it. So I hope we can get some different makers on defense. Right now, they're considering the dude from Michigan. That they talks about the dude from Michigan. They're talking about a formidable edge rusher. And then I'm like, how are we going to get another edge rusher when we didn't even get Braylon? Is it Braylon or Brandon Trice? We didn't get Trice. He got hurt. Like, give him an opportunity. How are we just going to start? Like, what are we doing? That'll be silly. We got an edge rusher last year who just got hurt, allegedly. Hey, and the Lochness legit got a signed Young Way Cool photo in the mail. Hey, and Lochness. Oh, you did get it. 100. Hey, you won it, my G. Send it off, man. That's it. Hey, that's it, man. Once you do stuff, man, I try to make sure I give back to people, man. That's one of my things, man. I don't take nothing to the heart. I love my squad. I get stuff. I'm part of the Dirty Birds nest. We get to meet players all the time, and go to their locker rooms and take pictures with these people, man, and then get them to sign our stuff, man. I don't mind, share my experiences with everybody else, man. You support me, I support you back. That's just what it is. You said our draft picks from year and this year, picks from last year, it's supposed to say last year and this year, got to really step up. Or our year, this year and next year, got to really step up. I like I'm an X and I got a new chick. I like an X and I got a new chick. Oh, yeah, silly. Kurt is the definition of a clown behavior. Bad panda. But yeah, I mean, Braylon Trice. Okay, give Braylon Trice an opportunity. He's from Notre Dame, right? He was from Notre Dame. Edge rusher, and he was decent. So it's like, dude, they still talking about we need an edge rush, and this is like, what's happening? ATL, Leo, what's happening? Oh, Kirk, Washington. Okay, Washington. I knew it was somewhere, bro. I didn't really know too much of him, but when I looked at his highlights, he seemed like he was pretty decent. He's just a young guy who just got to be coached up, and hopefully we have the coaches. I was advocating for a wide receiver in the draft, but as I look at it, we do need a shutdown, another corner. We need an AJ Terrell, another one on the other side or something like that. Somebody that you know. I mean, AJ Terrell was like a plug and play type. Michael Penix and they was captains in Washington. Okay, but see, that's that connection right there. That I give this man an opportunity. Let Trice go ahead and get coached up how he need to be. Talk to the tackling dummy and Ellis and how he command the defense, get the pre-snap reads. Understanding that we still have some young people that still need to get an opportunity, man. We don't need to be wasting picks on another edge rusher. But then you like people saying the more the merrier, which is, yeah, I mean, if I can go in 2 downs, somebody else get a down, another person get another, you know what I'm saying? You'll always be having that pressure because people are not tired. The rotation, I can get that aspect where they're trading in, they're running in different guys, and it's all edge rushing. They'll never get tired. Get somebody that's gonna bull rush them, Leonard Floyd. And then they're also complimentary people because you got to understand, AK was coming to his own. But we ain't here to talk about the defense. We are here. We are here to talk about Kirk Cousins and having a pre or post trade involving this guy. I want to know how everybody felt about Kirk Cousins, how they really felt, how you really feel. Tell me how you really feel about Kirk Cousins. Like, it's like I wasn't sold on Kirk because when they're doing these TV shows, when they were showing the quarterbacks, he was one of them. And they were talking about how these preparations, how he was a tactician, how he was preparing and all this stuff. You got to understand, it's a TV show. I'm going to show you what I want you to see, but we're not going to, how you going to respond to a younger guy coming in? You pay me this money. You bring a younger guy in. I'm feeling some kind of way. I get hurt and still want to play. Diva-like. That was some diva-like shit. I hate to say it. That's some diva. Like, to me, that's a little diva-ish. Like, diva-ish. Diva-ish. Yeah, I'm thinking about it as evil. Diva-ish. Where, they drafted a younger quarterback, even though they just paid me. You just got paid. What you mad? You can sit on the bench at this point and collect the check. My G. So Kirk is done. Is he all the way done? Halfway done? Somewhat done? How is he done? Like, how is he? I'm not trying to cut this thing off. I don't want this thing to cut off on me. There we go. This thing about to cut off on me. Hey, man. So how's he done? Like, what you like? What is done? Like, is he well done? Is he cooked? Is he? because they thought they had the little owners meeting and 5 pages of notes and all this stuff I've heard. But it's like, and we're talking like, hey, we're going to do what's in the best interest of both the parties. Whoop de whoop. You can go on over here, blase blase. It's like he said he can be traded anytime after the first round. Of course. I would really want him to go ahead. I can see that too. Because once they say, hey, we're getting this guy, okay, bring us Kirk Cousins. Because now we don't have to get a quarterback. We can get somebody else and got Pickett, whatever. If they saying the Browns. You say we got a 63rd or 67 and a 99 or something like that pick. And then we got like a 3rd round pick because it's easy to pay rookie players, I guess. And if it's an abundance of edge rushers, then I feel like getting the best edge rusher wouldn't make a big difference if you're doing edge rush by committee. To me, you don't have to get the best edge rusher if you're doing edge rush by committee. I'm ready for QB2 to see Kurt's initial real reaction when Falcons started MP. Kirk Cousins have said he's a starter. He's a starter. He want to go somewhere where he's starting. He's a starter. He's a starter. He's a paid starter. He may be done in Atlanta, but I hope we get some good for him. Something good for him. I believe they'll give it that 63rd, like 63rd, 67 pick, whatever, Cleveland. I think they'll give him up. I give that up for Kirk Cousins. Give him up for Kirk Cousins and take his contract. Thank you. So that's and then now. So that's why we're gonna go ahead and skip this and go straight to this. It's bittersweet. He can be healthy on our bench or playing hurt starting. And I say he's playing hurt because I'm pretty sure he's probably 90% right now. If he did his workouts, going through his personal training and all his rehab stuff for his whatever he was hurt, arm, shoulder, knee, cap, what was it? His throwing shoulder, elbow or something. His fingers couldn't grip the ball, and he couldn't get the ball. He was colorblind. He only seen the other team's colors when he was throwing the interceptions. I don't know. So that's the bittersweet thing about it. He could be healthy on our bench as a number 2, like Dr. E would say, number 2. Then he can be a number 2 guy, or like he wants to be. He could be playing hurt starting somewhere else. I really wish him the best on wherever he goes. But I don't want him here. No, I don't want him here. Doesn't mean he can't still be here. He may be done in Atlanta. I showed that. Kirk was seeing it every day. So in his mind, he sat a game. He sat a game. It was over. And that's diva-ish. Diva-ish. If you know that you're playing hurt and saying you have ego allowed, and you say ego is enabled or Karen is enabled, and you say, no, I can play. Like, bro, your arm is hanging off. I can play. Bro, you got 3 fingers on your hand. I can still throw the ball. Like, bro, your leg is literally behind us. I can still stand in the pocket. Like, I have to say, Raheem needs to be at fault for some of this. Like, we need to knock on his door and say, bro, you can't be the guy that's allowing your players to dictate what they do. I can play. No, you can't. What it do? He said Atlanta Falcons Nation, where they do. But yeah, I believe that. Like once he sat down, once he took a little back seat. Okay. We got somebody up here. I did not see you. Are you ready to come? Are you up here? Reaper.
What's happening?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening?
I seen you was on. Came on in, my boy.
Yeah, man. We helping the ladybirds out, man. Taking their spot. You know what I'm saying? Making sure the show must go on. You know what I'm
I
saying?
had, I had to hop on. I ain't been having shit to talk about, so let me see what Ty talking about. Goddamn.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about right. So basically, it's like the hot right the hot in the street is and the word in the street and the bird's the word that Kirk Cousins feels like I'm a starter, you know, and being on the bench ain't conducive for his career. So then they had this little meeting today and they were talking about things and changing stuff, the owners meeting and all of that stuff. But Kirk Cousins has in the organization and Raheem has announced they're gonna do what's best for both parties when it comes to Kirk Cousins. Um, and he feels like he's a starter, and he knows he's not a starter here. So that's a polite way in a polite way of saying I'm requesting a trade without saying the words I'm requesting a trade because I want to. So and then they seen Kirk Cousins in Cleveland probably visiting the medical staff or whoever, or the organization. He ain't in Cleveland just tasting the barbecue. He trying to
That's
see
all.
this. Go ahead.
That's all answered by Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Pretty much seeing if they're gonna been a draft or somebody before he choose to go lift that trade clause. But he don't have no say so once he lift that trade clause. Atlanta gonna do what's best for Atlanta.
oh yeah,
Whoever give the best deal, that's where you're going, my boy.
oh yeah. So that's the thing. So what I was talking about. So since you already said that, I'm gonna segue to the next. I'm gonna segue to this. This was the next topic. Let's discuss the win-win of trading Kirk Cousins, the pros and cons. So you just segue to it. See, there's a reason why you can't hear. So what would be, say what would be from your knowledge a win-win trading situation for us? How it can help us and hurt us at the same time. Like the pros of trading him to such and such team to get this, or if he went to Cleveland, how that would give us this but hurt us. Like, explain to me what's a win-win? Because to be real with you, we don't really care where Kirk Cousin goes. We don't really care. He ain't gonna be here. We don't care about that.
Well,
Technically,
a win-win would be
allegedly,
trading him to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody in the ALC and getting them to take over most of the country.
yeah.
A loss for us would be the dumb shit is to cut him instead of trading him. That'd be
Okay.
the dumb shit. The fold and just straight out cut him. That'd be dumb shit. No, I make that nigga sit on the bench until he lift that trade clause. That's the only way you get him up out of here. That's the
Yeah.
only way, bro. So the only way we lose in this situation if we sit there and cut this motherfucker because we just sit here, you know what I'm saying? Because we tired of the nigga or whatever. Just cut him and we eat all that money. That's stupid. So
Yeah.
that's the only way we take a loss then. But if he lift the trade clause, we win. Either way it go. Cause we seen what Terry do once he able to trade somebody. He got somebody to take over Julio contract. He got somebody to take over Matt Ryan contract. We didn't pay the most of it. The next team paid the most of the contract. You see what I'm saying? So if he lift that trade clause, everything sit good with him.
Okay. Okay. Um, I
Put
think
your chest, boy. What's happening, boy? What's happening?
yeah. I think because they keep on saying this Brown situation, this Brown situation, this Brown situation. I don't, and I was thinking like, what do uh he have that basically, like, what do the Browns have that will make us be like, okay, yeah, let's go ahead and get him? Because I think they say they had like a 30, a 63rd, and a 99 in the third round or something like that. And if we can get something else for him, because you know that they're gonna think that the organization already feel like we overpaid. We know that. Everybody should already know by this time. We overpaid for Kirk Cousins, man. Especially with his production. We thought we was getting a
Well,
certain.
well, technically, we didn't. Now, if you sit here and say like he ain't even play a whole full year, then yeah, we can look at it different
Yeah,
then. But like far as the contract, he was only making 27 million a year. That's low budget for a starting QB.
Mag and Fontenot said this man ain't even going to OTA, so that lets you know he's already out the door. Have you ever somebody give you their 2 weeks and then they come to work, then they start calling out all the days they normally work after they done gave their 2 weeks? There you go. There you go.
Yeah, but if we think about like in a quarterback type situation,
uh-huh.
we still paying low market value. If you add both our quarterbacks, we still paying low amount of money for a starting QB. You feel what I'm saying? So it really not hurting us like that. People
I,
look at the $100 million contract that we signed as that big number, but you got to look at what goes against our cap. You feel what I'm saying? That's the number we got to search at. That's the number we got to look at.
yeah, I understand. Like I honestly felt like even with paying him, it was kind of an eyesore knowing that you just paid this man, and then not even a month or so later, it's like we dropped him a quarterback, which was on his part. He did. I call it the Tannehill. On his part, he's feeling some kind of way, and I say that's kind of diva-ish when you sit out here like, oh, y'all just paid me. I thought I was the guy, but y'all bringing somebody else in, and instead of being that guy that's like, okay, I got a young buck I can show up. Let me go ahead and ball out for these 2 years. Because I said it in my podcast before that we was gonna have Kirk Cousins for 1 year. Everybody, nah, man, we gonna do. I said, nah, bro, we gonna have this guy for one. I just felt in my heart of hearts like my guy wasn't, because they was always questioning whether he was healthy, and then again, he was hurt or playing hurt. And when you came in, I was alluding to the fact that Raheem needs to do better with managing and personnel, and people and trainers need to do, like, they shouldn't let players dictate rather than not. If you know a person is hurt, or like after, like I said, I don't know how we went like 3 games in with this dude throwing like 9 INTs or something like that without them being like, all right, man, we got to sit you down. After the first game, it should have been, hey, let's let the young guy come in. If you ain't hurt, let's assess you, because they do have player personnel trainers and stuff and doctors that can evaluate somebody and make these type of decisions. I would think, these people are getting paid thousands and thousands of dollars to do a job, and there's no way you can take a person up in that tent and then be like, hey, bro, you hurt? Hey, man, I'm hurt, but I can, inject me and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like the idea of, and I said it too before you got in here. I said, we can have him on the bench healthy, or he can be starting somewhere else hurt. I don't know how fully healthy he is, but he can be on the bench, on our bench, getting healthy, or he can be somewhere else hurt, starting somewhere else. And I feel like with us saying we get rid of Kirk Cousins, my question to you is, who would we have? Like, what type of backup will we be looking for? Like, is there somebody you have in mind that will be our backup, or they're just gonna pull somebody out of the draft? Like, hey, come on over. You think they got, like, it's gonna be somebody that's already a player that's in the NFL, or are we gonna just pull?
I don't know. Like first off, Atlanta hold all the cards, so Kirk ain't got man. Okay, what he talking about? He don't hold no weight. Atlanta hold all the cards.
Right,
But what we do know about Terry, he like to search far and wide for talent. It could be somebody from the CFL. It could be somebody from the UFL. It could be somebody already on somebody's roster or something that he can trade that little 7 round pick for a backup. You know what I mean?
right.
So it could be anywhere like that. Now we can go ahead and get. We go ahead and get my boy Stetson Bennett down here now, man. He a third string up there in LA. Ain't nobody doing that with him. Go only let him down here for a 7th round pick. Get him
I
on down here.
I throw you a I throw you a curveball. Do you think that's the reason? Do you think that's the reason why we brought back a Felipe Franks?
Well, Felipe Frank can be served as
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
that emergency quarterback, but I think we got Felipe Frank for that special team. He very good at special team,
Okay.
and he a hell of a blocker. So he'll put good goddamn he'll add to the run game.
Okay.
So
Yeah, because I don't know what he did. I mean, I don't know what Fitzpatrick did. Like Fitzpatrick, bro, he was like they always talk so good about this guy.
I knew they were gonna love that Stetson Bennett remark. Look, they got me laughing down the hill. I said that it pissed Mike off. Stetson Bennett, my boy, get him on down here.
He's not going to volunteer workouts. He's not mandatory later on. He's fine and yeah. They said that he's already been paid his moolah, so he good. You know, he said that Chargers game was very sad. Bro. You said, would you play him in? That's a good question. But nah, man, Ritter. You said we'll get Ritter back. Go get Ritter back. Oh man, that's crazy. Kirk either gonna yeah, stupid. I mean, he ain't nobody wearing the chains no more. Ain't nobody wearing them chains. He said Big Will about to get fined after that, man, for saying that Stetson Bennett. You gotta get fined, bro.
You know I rattle the tree, ATL. I rattle the tree.
I mean,
Y'all don't act like that man to bring y'all 2 championships now. Y'all don't act like Stephen Bennett some garbage or something now.
I mean, as a backup, why not? Georgia bread, man. Georgia bread. So like you said a win-win. Like you said, the Falcons hold all the cards, which they do, and they have to be like, well, you want to go to the Browns? And he said, well, I can go to the Browns. I don't think like I said, if he already got his bread at this point, and he lifted his claws up, I would hope we would get something, an early third for him, at least, because we got to get more draft capital, which leads to my next topic. But really, like, what is Kirk Cousins' value really? Like, what do you see is Kirk Cousins' value? Like, what you feel like he's actually worth? Like, if a team was like, okay, they calling for Kirk Cousins,
At the least they'll give you a 3rd round. You can get 2 picks from them. At the least you'll get a 3rd. Because there's still teams that need quarterback out there. They're still reaching for quarterback. So you can get somebody to get them. You got about 3 teams right now that'll probably trade from Pittsburgh, Cleveland, and what's that other one? One more that don't have no quarterback. But there's a couple of them out there that still need quarterback. Minnesota ain't got no quarterback.
Him going back,
But I think he burnt Big Breeze in Minnesota. I don't think he's going back to Minnesota.
Okay. He's not worth 2 picks. He's not worth a 3rd in a late round.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can get 2 picks for him. But I say at the worst, you can just get a 3rd for him. But if you really finesse him, you can get 2 picks for him and make the Browns take over most of the contract, because that's how desperate some of these teams is.
What if you package him in some type of deal to get a 2nd, where you're giving up a next year pick? You don't think that's possible? Something like that would be a good idea.
To get a 2nd round pick, yeah, you can get a 2nd round pick, but you're gonna have to add something.
Yeah, I would say I give you my second round pick next year, my first second round pick next year in Kirk Cousins. You know, I don't gave him his money.
We ain't giving them no first round nothing.
I said the second round, the first
Oh,
second
okay, yeah.
second round. Hey, no, the first second round. Like if we get on the second round, we got like a, you know what I'm saying, a 36 pick. You get it. You know what I'm saying? You get that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
No, no, dog. You might well sit on the bench at that point. To me,
yeah, they can make it work though.
he
Yeah,
said, if
that one thing Terry good at. He good at that, working them books. So
yeah,
we'll see what he come up with.
I honestly would like to see.
And he say for the second overall pick, he'll give up the first next year. Ain't nobody give you that for Kirk. Ain't nobody give you that for no Kirk.
See, I was gonna think that too. I was gonna be like, hey man, we get the 15 and then you know 17, 18 picks later, 17 picks later, you know, we get the next one. I mean, I mean, so it's like what is he really worth though? Like you say he worth the third. Um Healthy, say he's worth a third. I feel he's worth two picks. I feel like he's worth a third, not a third and a fifth, or maybe a third and a sixth, maybe. Because if he ain't really got to take up that much of his contract, because we don't pay him guaranteed already. He already got the guaranteed. It's like now what we doing? Like how much? And then that's the thing. Like if we're getting more draft picks, what need do we need like to fill with more draft picks? Like what would you think would be something that we would need to fill more than anything? Like if you already know we got a 15, you would try to auction off Cousins to get some more to get what else? So what would be your 15 pick? Like what would you get for 15?
You talking to me?
Mm-hmm. Anybody.
Okay. First off, I ain't. I'm not trading back if my player's there. Like if I get to 15 and Malachi starts to fill there, I'm snatching Malachi.
Why?
Because like I've been saying, he can play two positions. That he fills two holes. He
Okay.
can play that nickel and he can play that safety. Both
Okay.
safety positions he plays. Because that's what they use him at Georgia. So he plays multiple roles. So if he's there, I'm snatching him up. By Terry already grafted the signing a couple of edge rushers in the offseason already so far. It ain't really a big need to go snatch an edge rusher.
Exactly.
Plus, we got Trice already still on the shelf too. So if he's
Exactly.
healthy, we already got shit in the chamber ready for an edge rush.
Exactly.
But if Malachi died, that's a weapon you need. That makes your defense stronger already. Because even if he don't start this year, guess what he brings? Competition. He stepped everybody else game up because he brings talent. That boy's talented. So everybody else got to step their game up if they want to be on the field. You feel what I'm saying? Because he coming to take somebody's job. Then I feel like we can go either way in the second round. Like we can go center or we can go defensive tackle in the second round. Either way. And we already filling the holes that we need. You know what I'm saying? With the first two rounds, we already hit the holes we need already.
Yeah, even because I noticed in the free agency, a lot of the things that we was needing, we was getting complimentary guys. The subsidize all the needs that we needed. That's why I was like, when we was getting all these edge rushing, these linemen, these linebackers, and all this stuff, I was thinking in my head like, okay, that's why I was gearing towards a wide receiver. But then I also looked at, like I said, safety. I looked at corner. But then we got other people that still got to grow, like Clark Phillips. They still got people that need to develop. So we can't be getting newer guys and the other guys haven't developed completely. And then, like you said, like we always talked about, it's about coaching too, man. So most of these people might have a breakout year just because of a different coaching regime. that help develop these guys. Because I think that's what we was really lacking was culture. Um, but I felt like, hey, So what would be the next pick? You said a center.
I focus on like a center or a defensive tackle in the second round because I'm not
Okay.
gonna reach for a defensive tackle in the first round. Ain't no need. It's deep. It's a deep draft for defense. Deep draft. Ain't no need to reach. But where are you gonna find a talent like Malachi Starks that plays multiple positions? You know what I'm saying? Got the speed, plays multiple positions, got the smarts. Where are you gonna find somebody like that? You got to think about it in the first round. Who's worth giving that pick up for?
Well, we got
Who's gonna give you more? Who's gonna give you more bang for your buck? The defensive tackle or Malachi Stark? Who's gonna give you more bang for your buck? Because you drafted what, two defensive tackle last year, right?
you did
So they said we got Grady Jerry replacement already here.
right,
Well, what's gonna give you more bang for your buck? You can get you a defensive tackle in the
and
second
you
round.
right, and then you filled it. You also filled it with a supplemented, free agency pickup in Fox, where you could just plug him in right there while Rook is still
Right.
while
Right.
Rook is
And we
developing.
forgot they put weight on Graham. They
Right,
put weight on Graham, so he can be your defensive tackle. So we got plenty of guys, plenty of defensive tackles here.
right.
But
Johnson.
how they gonna be used is the question. The coaches gonna have to do their job.
Right, right. He's Johnson said 5 picks is enough. It's plenty to use the undrafted pool to fill more roster spots. Yeah, because some people who don't get picked or they get picked later on, or you take a chance on them. Hopefully, they don't do the Ritter, and get the phone call and they be like, "Yeah, oh boy, I ain't
Yeah,
leaving here till I get Chala. We finna raise that. Hey, coach,
yeah,
they fucked up. You fucked up, right? He did a minister society, man.
oh, yeah.
And,
Jordan
and
Tenson, boy, you can get Nolan in the second round. He ain't going the first round. I guarantee you, Nolan ain't going in the first round. He's gonna be like a day. He's gonna be a second round pick.
yes, Nolan is a 3C. Man, I'm
But
gonna
that's
look
what they were saying, Tyreek. They said we got greater replacement. It's over with now. They ain't traded them already, so you know what I'm saying? They ain't let them walk.
I mean,
So it is what it is. We
it
gonna
was like
see.
he was like, man, get my money on. And they was just like, man, we ain't got none. Look, if we can just get rid of Kirk Cousins now, dude, give me my money. If we can just come off of Kirk, nah, man. And I mean, I don't.
I don't care what nobody say, man. The Falcons telling me they couldn't get Grady Jerry 13 million. That's bullshit. 13 million. Grady would have came back for 12 for the Falcons. He got 13 for Chicago. He would have came back for 12 for the Falcons.
I
The
just
Falcons wasn't trying to get him there. They were trying to get him probably like 6, 7 million. That's a slap in the face for the work he put in.
them numbers didn't look good, bro. The
That's the
number,
thing. That's why I got. See, y'all keep pulling me back in the Grady Jerry conversation. I said I was through with the Grady Jerry conversation now.
no,
But
you're not.
the thing is, we got to stop looking at him as a pass rusher. He's not a pass rusher. What he is, the other team got the game plan for him every single time they play. Every single time they play, who they looking at? They looking at, hey, we got to stop 97. He's disruptive, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's disrupt. He tells shit up now. He's being double teamed. If you go look at the goddamn tape, he's being double teamed
I
most
said,
all the time.
I'm telling you, bro. I have to agree with Mike on this because I just honestly felt like, and this is just my mindset, if we can get 3 or 4 guys,
Hold on. Mike, stop thinking about the stats with Grady Jarrett. He's not a pass rusher, bro. He's not a pass rusher. How many defensive tackles you know that's doing sack numbers like that? It's only a handful of them. And they got to be. It depends on what kind of defense you're playing in. If your defense don't use you like a pass rusher, then you're not going to have pass rusher numbers. Los Angeles your boy Aaron Donald like a pass rusher. They moved him around. They keep Grady in the middle. They don't move him around a lot. They
But
don't
see,
set up.
but I'm gonna say this then to stop you right there. You just pretty much said so. With the Rams, they use Aaron Donald. They moved him around. Maybe they feel like let's switch it up and start getting guys that we can move around because at the end of the day, the pressure that we were needed to get is it hasn't been given for years. They ain't been giving us the same pressure. So it's like, okay, it's time to switch up how our line is, how we orchestrate our line. Maybe now they're going towards a let's make this Ram because Raheem did come from the Rams. He was in the Rams, and he's probably thinking, and he's a defensive minded coach, right? So he's probably looking at it like, hey man, let's go ahead and start. This is what we did. Because Leonard Floyd was a compliment. Leonard and Fox, right? They both from the Rams, right? They both
Leonard, yeah.
they
No,
both
Fox came from
no,
Las Vegas, I think.
I thought he played for the Rams too. Or the Chargers, who he played?
He probably played for one, but I think he played for the Raiders. If I don't know, I gotta look at it.
But yeah,
But hold up,
go
you
ahead.
see what Mike said here? Then why you trying to pay him like a top defensive pass? $13 million not top. That's average pay. So they basically saying Grady Jerry ain't even worth average pay.
No.
Come on, bro. Come on, dog.
No.
Come on, bro.
He's
I can't deal. I can't stick with that. Cause like the main thing I'm focusing on that if you're not willing to pay your own, what's to make a free agent come here if they know you're not willing to pay your own? Why you gonna pay somebody who is a stranger? You're not willing to pay your own. What's gonna make you pay a stranger?
standing on business. Standing on business, bro. This is business. Like, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. When I looked at Grady Jarrett numbers, I'm not gonna lie, and we ain't gonna have a Grady Jarrett conversation, but when I looked at Grady Jarrett numbers, I was appalled. I was appalled he wasn't let go a long time ago, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you, just based off the numbers, bro. I was just like, what is this? I mean, you saying that he's not he's not a pass rusher, this, that, and the other. Creating pressure is what we lacked. We always lacked it. He was one of those people that was part of the old team, bro. They were just like him gone. They extended Jake, him gone. Somebody had to be the foul guy. And then, like you said, they wasn't gonna pay my guy, 13 million just because they probably felt like, bro, you ain't really doing nothing.
Coach Unchained said he came from the Chargers.
Okay, the Chargers. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's another. What's happening, Maggie? No, he's another person
Little
that
Blackberry here. That is crazy, man. Go ahead, my bad. Go ahead.
I'm gonna go to hold on, Blackberry. I'm bringing you up. Let's see. Oh yeah, he said don't bring a greater name, just like don't bring up Felipe Franks around you, man. Like, ooh. But I mean, that's just what it is, man. That's just a business decision, my guy. Be real with you. I just felt like that is a business decision. I don't have I got Grady Jarrett.
So let me ask you a question then, Ty.
Okay.
If that boy go down there to Chicago and ball out, have the best season of his life, how you gonna feel then?
I'm gonna feel honestly, I'm gonna feel like he's on a team that appreciates. I mean, it's a fresh start, bro. So I can't really say nothing.
No,
I can't
what you gonna feel about his performance? Is you gonna have second thought? Damn, I thought he was done, but he got them balling down there in Chicago.
No, because as much as I'm a fan of Jesse Tucker, I got a Jesse Tucker jersey right over there. I got a Grady Jarrett jersey over there. I got a Grady Jarrett jersey signed. But at the end of the day, if it's as a business move, one of the things that we always talked about, you talked about, I talked about, everybody talked about, I can hear a voice in the stadium echoing in Knight Rider's voice. We need more pass rush. Dude wasn't getting that consistently. And he ain't the only person on the line either.
But think about it. Up on the Ryan Nielsen, how many sacks we had?
We had a lot.
42.
because we had more than we normally have.
And how many pass rushers was the name brand pass rushers on that team?
I would say it was Grady and
Nobody.
yeah,
Nobody.
no, I mean it
We
was
had
about
no name pass rushers. No name pass rushers on that team.
I
We
mean,
had a lot of players that had 5 or 6 sacks. We had nobody that was top notch sack leaders.
but that's the thing to look at. I'm not even just looking at sacks. I'm looking at pass. Like you saying, he's a disruptor. You saying Grady is a disruptor? I know this is about Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, that's right. See, coach, there you go, coach. Don't start, coach. 1.5 sack. He's not a pass rusher, coach. Don't start that, coach.
And that's what I'm saying. So at the end of the day, bro, I'm finally allude to the fact of the matter is this. We need it. We all talked about it. We need pass rush. We need pass rush. We need disruption. We need pass rush. We need to get them off their blocks. We need to get them dogs in the trenches. As him being a leader, and this can hit two ways. If this man go out and ball, then I'm like, damn, he did about time. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe our system wasn't for him. But if he go out there and just still look more of the same, they're looking at it like we dodged a bullet because we made a decision. Like you say, a $20 million cap. We got $20 million for this because we finna pay this man who's giving us mediocre numbers. That's not standing on business. And it lets you know, and this is the thing, you can set a standard. If you're willing to take a hometown hero, somebody in the locker room, and cut him out, like cut him off, that sets a standard. That sets a mindset of, oh shit, they let him go? Hey man, I need to get on my job. And that also, because they're gonna look at it. It's gonna look at everybody's performances. Like, hey man, you want to get that check, you gotta work for that check. He probably feel like, what they say about LeBron. I'm gonna use LeBron. They say that LeBron is passing all of these accolades and these milestones because he's been in the league so long. He ain't really doing nothing, right? But my mindset is this: if you look at Grady Jarrett, he's been with the Falcons all this time, and he ain't even doing nothing. Why would we pay for that? Why would we pay for somebody that's not really performing like that? He's not even the best. He's not even the best tackle, bro.
Okay, so
Even if
if
he's
you look at if you go look at Grady Jarrett numbers, he did better than a lot of defensive tackle that we like talking about. He did better than Williams up there in New York Jets. He did better than Allen down there in Washington. He did better than a lot of defensive tackles out here, and he was hurt. What we got to understand, it usually takes 2 years to come back from an ACL injury. So the second year is where he's going to show promise. We gave up on him too, and that was just wrong for me. I'm just saying. This the dude that you drafted, that you bred, that you raised, and you was willing to give up on him. And he went to Chicago, a sorry ass team, for $13 million, bro. He would have came back home to Atlanta for 12 or even 11. He probably would have took 11, bro. He would have
no,
took 11.
it's not about the money. It's
What
about
is about that?
it's about the production.
No, it's definitely about the money. Why they didn't
And
sign him
no,
back? It's definitely.
because of his production. Because of
If
his,
you look at his product, he was productive. He was, bro. If a team got the game plan for you every game, bro, you're productive. That means you're disruptive.
in the words of Coach said it best. When Grady went down, they played better. I don't know if they galvanized with him going down and they wanted to go ahead and galvanize, but they played a little bit better when he went down. Now,
What the Falcons doing? They're hoping. They're hoping these young guys are ready to go, and they come at a cheaper price. That's what the Falcons are doing, hoping.
but
And
then
what
you
I'm saying, I hope we got good coaches. That's what I'm saying. I hope
okay,
our coaches can bring this up out of our guys. Because, like I said, I'm an Atlanta Falcon fan all day long, but I'm gonna still follow Grady Jarrett because I'm a fan too. That's
okay.
what I hate when a lot of people say I'm a fan of the team, I ain't a fan of the player. Yes, you are. That's why you see, and then you go look in the goddamn stand, you see fans wearing different jerseys of players who ain't even here no more because you're a fan of the player also, but you're loyal to your team. Of course, I would never trade on the Falcons. They're gonna be my team forever. But I am a fan of the players also. I'm not gonna sit there and tell that lie.
Yeah, I'm not. I ain't saying I don't like Grady Jarrett, but I'm looking at
No,
a
I
bit.
ain't saying you. I'm saying I heard a lot of fans. I'm a fan
No,
of the team,
no.
not the player. Yeah, you are a fan of a player too.
I got a Calais Campbell jersey on right now. So, and he only played with us one time. Like so, but at the end of the day, I objectively, objectively, it's business. And the business of the matter is, if I can get young guys to give me the same numbers you got, I'm not going to pay you all of this money when I'm pretty sure I can get young guys to get like it's 0.5 sacks a year for less than 11 million.
See, that's what I'm saying. We keep going back to the sacks about it. It's not defense. When did we start looking at defensive tackle for sacks, bro?
Because
When?
they're looking at you saying he's a disruptor. They got a game plan for him. All these things, like I mentioned before, if you look at the staffing and the people that we brought in, these are complementary people that has to have a stout person, either a stout, and they might be going to the Rams formula. Raheem might be trying to go to the Rams formula, bro. That's why he's bringing in those guys that are complementary to the next guy. Leonard Floyd was a complementary edge person, like he was a complementary line. He made like because he had somebody that was so dominant and disrupting, he was able to eat. He was able to move. Fox, the same type of person. He was next to somebody, he was able to move. Maybe they're thinking like, hey, let's move this guy out of the way because he ain't really giving us the numbers. Let's find us somebody that can sit up here and take his spot. And I mean by taking his spot, if somebody get two sacks, two disruptions, like you think about how many times this man calls pressure. If he called pressure 20, almost get to the quarterback. We always used to talk about it. There was a hair short from getting to the quarterback. Grady was almost there. If we get somebody that's just saying 50% of the time get there, 25% of the time, it's always going to still, and it's by committee. It's by
But
committee.
what
So
we think, what we doing? We blaming Grady Jarrett for defensive collapse in whole. The whole defense collapsed this year. They
yeah,
went down from when we had Ryan Nielsen. Everybody had a bad season.
yes,
You know
yes,
what I'm saying?
yes. And then what
So and plus you're holding a player accountable for not getting there. He's getting double teamed, but he's still he's still in the backfield. How many games you seen with Grady Jarrett was still in the backfield? Even if he's being double teamed, he's still back there, changing the direction of the running back or making the quarterback go off his spot. He had did that plenty of time, bro. It's about
how you
getting the quarterback off his spot more. I'm more about that and disrupting his time than I am about sacks. Sacks are the icing on the top. But if I can get that quarterback off his spot and disrupt his time and with his wide receiver, that's a win-win for me.
okay. So I mean, they also could have just said, "Hey, we're gonna go younger. We're not gonna pay this old man anymore. We're not gonna pay Grady this, and he ain't really, we want you to do more, Grady, and do more for less." They probably could have said that. We want you to do more for less, and he was like, "Nah, I want my bread." And they're like, "Well, bro, you ain't really doing nothing. You're not doing nothing what we want." Because we don't know the conversation. Every time they get in front of these cameras and stuff, they say all the media stuff. They representative tell them, "Hey man, go out there and say how you ready to work in Chicago." He probably feeling let down or something like that, or the organization probably feeling let down. Who knows? But at the end of the day, um, like ATL Leo said, when DEPs left, like it was all about coaching. That's why I would have liked to have a Belichick here. I'm not even gonna lie to you, because then if we probably could have seen a better version of the defense. Um,
Oh, y'all brought me back into this Grady Jarrett conversation. I ain't come on here to talk about Grady Jarrett. Y'all did that. But I'm defending my guy there. Y'all say let it go. Come on now. Come
let
on
it
now.
go.
Don't y'all do it. Don't
Will
y'all do it and y'all drag me in this shit now.
now, man. I don't mean I just know when it comes down to being productive in an organization and a business in a business mindset, production it pays. Production pays. You pay for
But you gotta think about it though, Lockley. If it was really about production, why Onyemata ain't gone?
we
But
don't know
Onyemata played worse than Grady.
He might be gone. He might be gone once we find some.
It was about the money. It was about the money.
He might
It
be gone
definitely was
too.
about the money. Because
David,
if this wasn't a Raheem call right here, this was a Terry call. Raheem was here when they drafted Grady. Grady is one of his guys. That wasn't his call. That's a Raheem. That's a Terry call. Strictly about money, not production. Because if it was about production, your mother be up out of here too.
he gonna be gone too. Once they find some places, like once they get some, they probably draft somebody young. You take his back. They probably move somebody else. That's why they wanted people to be Swiss Army now, so they can go ahead and have them train them. Hey, instead of you being on the left side, we're gonna be on you on the right side this time. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But yeah, man. I mean, I hate to see it. I hate to see it happen. I hate this. I hate it that it happened. I just feel like they setting a culture change. They setting, hey man, the business mindset, because you think about it like this. We ain't been known to draft no big names and all this stuff, but if they willing to cut somebody like a Grady Jarrett off, ain't no telling who they're letting you know they just setting a standard. Like somebody has to be the guinea pig. Somebody has to be the guinea pig, and then he was just the fall guy. He was one of the fall guys, man. And then you also, hey, how can we relinquish more cap space? And then it's just like, you know what I'm saying, something like that. That's why it was. I really wish they would have came off of Kirk Cousins really quick, but they couldn't probably get nobody to pick that up, and they didn't know his health issues. And now it's other teams that need a quarterback, so they're trying to shop around and open up space because honestly, man, like you said, I believe it's honestly about the money, and with the and just because of that alone, but it's based off of the objective mindset of production. And when you're thinking about the objective mindset, if I'm in a position and I'm underperforming, it's some Walmarts that done closed down in this world right now. It's Family Dollars that done closed down because of underperforming stores. Regardless on, is it a good? Everybody like the staff and all this stuff and all that, but honestly, or if you're underperforming, in the objective mindset of business, then they have to cut
Oh,
costs.
if we looking at business, Grady is a perfect employee there. He show up to work every day. You're not firing an employee that shows up to work every day. You're
Yeah,
not telling. They're just like if your job come in and tell you, okay, we know we started you right here with $30 an hour, but we're gonna drop you down. We're gonna drop you down to 15. You gonna take that? Are you gonna take that?
they can have that
No,
conversation.
Are you gonna take that?
It depends. We call we call that a demotion. We call it a demotion in the business field, and then you got to understand. In my Ocho Cinco voice, like it depends. It depends.
You ain't taking that shit.
Bro, it depends. It depends. If I'm the reason why, like if I say if a demotion happens if they feel like you can't do said job.
So you saying Grady Jarrett is the reason why the defense dipped? That's what you saying, and not the play calling, and not the scheme that was being used, not the rotation that they were used. You
You
saying
know,
Grady Jarrett is the reason that the defense dropped? That's what you saying.
do you know what a leader is? A leader is
I'm saying, hold on, Ty, hold on, hold on.
he's
Is
a leader.
Grady
Is he
Jarrett the
not?
reason? Is he the reason why the defense dropped? That's what I want to know.
Is he not a leader?
Look,
First,
look.
no. Is he a leader? Is he a leader? First, I'm asking you a question.
Okay, look. It's two type of leaders, right? One by example, and you got vocal leaders. Greg Jarrett never been a vocal leader. We all knew that.
So he was a by
He's an
example.
example. He's a play by example type player, and he
So
comes to work every day
I'm gonna
and
give you this.
play and put his heart out online.
I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you this. I have an employee that comes to work on time, early, every day, but the person takes so long to do the most minimum work. Are we paying that person? Are we paying that
Okay,
person?
hold on. Oh, it's about being fast right now, right? So you want that Mexican to throw that
No,
house up fast
no, no, no,
and
no,
that
no, no,
shit
no.
collapse on your head? Don't you want?
No, you missing the point. Hold on. Let me read that.
Hold on, y'all got.
Let me read you back. So if a person that comes to work on time and something that will take them because time and the efficient way of doing it And a faster way of doing it, if everything is ideal by time, meaning your production. So that's what we're talking about. Your efficiency of work is never 100%, but they're saying that if your production is minimum, but you come to work on time, but you asking for a raise, you're not getting paid.
But he wasn't asking for a raise. He wasn't asking for no raise.
That's tomatoes. But but it's like because
But that's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. If the Falcons would have came, this man be like, okay, look, Grady, you had an off year last year. We're gonna want to take you down. We're gonna take you down to 13 a year. Reconstruct your contract. We're gonna give you 13 a year because we can get more help on the team. Grady would have took that in a heartbeat, bro. He would have took that in a heartbeat to help the team. He had helped the team plenty of time before. He would have took that in a heartbeat.
That's the reason why he probably was like, nah, man, I done did that already.
No, they were trying, bro. They were trying. The proof is in the pudding. You heard his exit video. I was not expecting not to be here on the Falcons. This man took $13 million to go play with one of the sorriest team in the league. That's how you knew the Falcons was trying to go way below that, bro.
Because they were just like, bro, you ain't doing that, bro. You ain't really doing that. You ain't worth it 13, my guy.
So that's what I'm saying. So now it's back to like we're blaming Grady Jarrett for the defensive collapse when it wasn't his fault. The whole defense collapsed because of the way they was using him. Schemes matter. And the way they was using this production of these guys like that, they was using a 6-man rotation. All these guys tied on their front end. They're not rotating the guys right. They waited until the 9th game to use the new guy that you drafted. You waited until the 9th game before even letting one of them get some playing time. Come on, bro. That ain't Grady Jarrett's fault because you waited that long to put more rotation on your defensive line. That ain't his fault.
Hey, man, is he a leader or no? Is he a captain or no?
He's definitely a leader.
Okay.
He's definitely a captain. With the C on the chest, that let you know what the team think about him.
And leadership, anything.
See, I'm gonna stop talking about Grady Jarrett. Look, everybody keep talking about sack. Stop looking at this defensive tackle as a sack guy. We know he ain't got that much sack. You can go look at a lot of defensive tackle and see that they don't have that many sacks. We know that. Y'all watch the game. Y'all watch the film. That boy's in the backfield more time than none. Come on, man. Let's be for real. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let y'all talk about Grady Jarrett. I'm gonna plead the fifth on Grady Jarrett, man. I'm gonna plead the fifth on Grady Jarrett. You see a lot of folks talking bad about the dude. Talking bad about the dude when he gone. I ain't talking about you now. I ain't talking about you. But I heard a lot of folks talk down on Grady like he wasn't that. I heard Mike talk down on him. I heard all these folks. I don't want to hear Blackbeard. Shut that shit up. Shut that shit up, Blackbeard.
So what, Will?
I ain't talking about Grady Jarrett no more. I quit.
Okay, so we going on. So we moving on then. What you got, Lock?
Got me. Hold on.
Coach, I quit. I ain't talking about Grady Jarrett no more, Coach. I quit.
I got one stat. I gotta get the field.
Don't pull no stat, Coach. I quit.
Give him the stat, Coach. Give him the stat.
All right. You're talking about how Grady Jarrett and Taquan Graham had almost the same double team stat.
I'm looking at what I look at on tape. That man get double teamed on most of 70% of the guys going play.
No,
I'm looking on tape.
You're wrong.
Don't look on tape.
Hold on. I got the numbers.
Men lie, women not, but numbers don't.
Numbers don't lie.
He was only double teamed 36%. 36%. That's it. Taquan Graham was double teamed 34%. They did re-sign him. I see his replacement now.
All right. Thank you guys for stopping by.
What's up, man? I was on the.
This is a Kirk Cousins conversation.
Will started it probably.
Yeah,
I didn't know. Ty started it. He dragged me in here.
He dragged me.
He dragged me into Grady Jarrett.
I just know business, bro.
Listen.
I run businesses.
I'm just saying because all these folks talking bad about Grady like he ain't really do that here. Y'all come over that jump, man. That man coming off injury.
Grady did all he can do. That's it.
I guarantee this man go down here to Chicago and ball out. I guarantee you gonna ball out of Chicago.
I'm
gonna ask y'all the same question. Hold on, Blackbeard. I'm gonna ask you the same question I asked Ty. If Grady Jarrett go down there and have one of the best seasons of his career, how y'all gonna feel about the fact of letting him go then?
No, because Chicago defense is better than ours anyway to a degree.
Good for him.
What?
Chicago defense was better than our defense. They rated higher.
They rated higher. Don't mean they had the best talent on their defense.
It ain't about talent. Like you just said, it ain't about talent.
It's about the coaches.
It's about scheme. It's definitely about scheme, and our scheme was goddamn. Our scheme was bullshit last year.
But then what I want to know, Will, why is it that you say
I love Will though?
Bad about him?
He's the homer boy.
Oh, I heard that, man. I heard plenty of folks talk bad about him.
But you saying talk bad about it? If we say he didn't produce, that ain't talking bad now. He didn't produce in his last season. He didn't.
He came off injured. He was still better than a lot of your defensive tackles you like. He's still better than a lot of your defensive tackles. The top defensive tackle.
That's the
Williams up there at the Jet making more than Grady. Way more than Grady. Allen making more than Grady. He outplayed both of them. Go look at the stats. Y'all like looking at the stats. Go look at the stats. Go look at the stats. His stats were better than theirs. Go look at the stats. Y'all say numbers don't lie. Go look at the stats.
How his stats were better is Grady was amongst one of the lowest in the league in pressure generated.
He was.
Bro, go look at the tackles and all that. That man had more tackles than the ball and all that.
Man, you can get a tackle 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. That don't mean nothing.
It don't matter. How many hustle plays he had made, bro? Plays that he had chased down.
He didn't make them plays last.
Oh my Lord! You don't watch these games Sunday. You'll see this man running downfield and caught a goddamn running back. You ain't seen him do that. I seen him do that a couple teams. I seen him do that a couple games last year.
I ain't seen that in 2024. I ain't seen it.
Regardless of the point.
Regardless of the interception.
Regardless of the point.
He's gone.
It's all about production, of course. And that's, alluded to the fact that he was one of the people that I wasn't expecting to get cut, but they was trying to salvage their organization by allowing, what can we do to make more cap space? Unfortunately, he was one of the people that they chose to take cap hits. They might have discussed it with him whether or not they was going to have a conversation about his contract. He probably said, "Nah, I'm not going to do that. You're not going to give me $6 million. Give me 12, give me 11." And they was like, "We're not going to do that." And regardless of what, he's gone. And then just based off of production and understanding that, like I said before, anybody that comes to work on time and your production isn't worth them $30 that I'm giving you, we're having a conversation with you to be like, hey man, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you can be demoted. But at the end of the day, I don't have a problem with him going down there to Chicago and showing that he's worth the money that they gave him, or not showing. Because at the end of the day, he's only
guaranteed $13 million, right?
Yeah. So at the end of the day, I'm still for the organization. I still like Grady Jarrett. My little brother met Grady Jarrett, went to Grady Jarrett's camp, took pictures with him. They won a state championship. Hoorah. Like all this stuff. Like, thank you. But at the end of the day, man, it's a business before anything. And like I said, they setting a standard and drawing a line in the sand to where if you can be somebody as pristine in the fandom of people with Grady Jarrett's name, but if you're not producing, they're willing to cut you because, like I said, and I mentioned this before, we're talking about pass rush all the time, pass rush, regardless of what those front 4 guys, 3 guys, 3 guys, 4 guys on that line of the defense, they got to produce so they make it easier for our secondary to do what they need to do. And we wasn't getting, and they was talking about it all the time. We wasn't generating no pass rush from nobody really.
From the interior, especially. Nothing.
Nothing.
But the thing about it, having the guys inside. If you're not pushing the pocket, you're no good for that defense for sacks.
Exactly.
And he wasn't pushing the pocket. That's
wasn't, Will.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
No,
didn't
it's
push
not.
the pocket.
It's not a lie, Will.
I watch the games every Sunday. That boy pushed that pocket. That's a lie.
No, he's getting upfield.
That's a
He
lie.
ain't pushing the pocket. Why?
He
Okay,
beat me his one-on-ones when he get the opportunity. He beat his one-on-one. I seen the game. That's a lie.
Let me explain to you something. Okay. If you just going to the line and the man escaping, still running the ball past you, you're not doing your job.
They running away from Grady Jarrett, bro.
Not doing your
It ain't his fault. It ain't his fault that nobody else was stepping up when he's putting pressure in the backfield.
Wow.
How many times we're saying that Grady Jarrett put pressure in the backfield and other guys can't beat their one-on-one? Come on, man.
When you're rushing when you're rushing 4 people, your job is to push the pocket, not try to get the sack. You got to force it to your end. That's what you're supposed to do.
You want to generate the pressure on the inside by pushing the
Man,
pocket.
I plead the fifth. Let go somebody else beside Grady Jarrett. I plead the fifth. Come on.
You know, we're not gonna win.
I plead the fifth.
He's stuck on that. He's not gonna. We're not gonna win the coach. I love. That's why I like it. I know
I'm not taking no dislike. I'm not taking no
move on his position.
I'm not taking no slander against goddamn Grady. I'm not taking that shit, and I say here watch these guys.
It's not slander, Will. It's on tape. It's on tape.
Y'all just said this man ain't pushing the pocket. I seen him. I got a whole DVR every game last season. I can go back and watch these motherfuckers over and over again. You gonna see Grady Jarrett putting pressure.
He didn't.
We ain't talking about pressure. We talking about pushing the pocket.
That's his job. His job is to put pressure, push the pocket. He ain't done it. If he's always in the backfield, that means he's pushing the pocket.
He wasn't always in the backfield, though.
Oh my God, Joe, Jesus Christ!
Hey man,
he wasn't always in the backfield.
That's the first thing of next gen stats. They come up with next gen stats. Right?
I have them all right here.
That's what I'm saying. So that lets you know.
I'm gonna let y'all know. Hey, everybody on here, I'm gonna let y'all know. If Grady Jarrett go down there in Chicago and ball out, guess what you gonna be hearing from me on goddamn everything Atlanta sports. I'm gonna make sure there's a stat in there about Grady Jarrett on y'all end. I bet you. I'm gonna do
the same thing for you when he's sitting on the bench.
He ain't gonna sit on the bench. I can bet y'all money. We can make a bet right now that he ain't gonna be on the bench. Who want to bet? Who taking the bet? Who taking the bet?
Listen to this though.
Don't say they ain't playing them because the coach is not the coach. I don't want to hear that damn.
Hold on.
Exactly.
But when have I been a man that is not willing to admit my wrong? I always admit my wrong. I ain't never ran away from that. I ain't never ran away from that.
I'm not gonna. I just like to give you hell because I know something.
Yeah, I know you like to shake the tree. I tell you all the time. You know what?
Let me ask you this, Will. What's more important?
Get out Grady Jarrett, Blackbeard. Get out Grady Jarrett.
No, I ain't even gonna say Grady name when I ask you this.
It's an organization. Go ahead, Batman.
What's more important?
Organization.
Getting to a championship and winning it.
I know he was gonna go there. Go ahead.
Getting to a championship and winning a championship, or hoping you get to a championship and win a championship.
Okay.
And do you?
I like that. So did Grady Jarrett not get you to a championship?
You just mentioned his
name. Did he not have 3 sacks? Did he not have 3 sacks in that Super Bowl?
Did I say anything about Grady, y'all? Did I?
I know you ain't got to say that about Grady to know who you talking about, baby. There's plenty of ways to aim your ammunition without saying who you aiming it at. I already know who y'all talking about.
It wasn't Grady because we got to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna put it wasn't Grady because we got to the Super Bowl. Grady had a good Super Bowl. He had a good Super Bowl game. He wasn't the reason we got to the Super Bowl. It was that offense they got.
He performed all year though.
But he didn't perform. He didn't. No, he's not really.
We're not thinking about sacks, but if you're thinking about performance, he was performing all year. He was pushing the pocket. He was bringing pressure.
Games, Will. He didn't start playing today's game. He didn't start playing consistent today's game of the season. He didn't start that whole season.
All right, 3 days.
I'm not gonna even argue. I only have the thing on the proof in front of me right now, so I can't even argue against that. But I know that boy showed up when he needed to show up. All playoff, he showed up. He showed up all playoffs.
That's how Grady became that big popular guy because he had 3 second Super Bowl. And after that,
Hey, Georgia, tell you what, you want to make a bet? I bet he played more than 10 snaps a game. I'll take a bet on that. What you want to bet?
Don't
make a bet.
That man
Bring a little wager. We can make a bet.
That man get hurt.
Hold up. Other than injury, we're gonna say other than injury. Other than injury, we can't blame you. Nobody know when they're gonna get injured now. I'm saying if he's healthy, he gonna get more than 10 snaps.
So then we're gonna start calling Grady injury prone.
Yeah, exactly.
But he only been hurt 2 times, and it was his first major injury.
Yeah,
this was his first major. He ain't never missed major time like that. It was his first major injury.
I like Grady like the next man, but he wasn't the guy for this team. Simple.
Wasn't.
All right.
All right, let's go, Lock.
Free Dirty said.
It's Lock got no fault. He brought me into the Grady Jerry talk.
I didn't even know that was a trigger word. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no Grady Jerry.
Don't say it.
You know.
Hold on. Hey, Black Man.
Don't you say that about As Hill. Don't you say that about As Hill. I knew he was going there, bro.
Don't say none that round.
If they trade Tyler As Hill too, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow Tyler As Hill too. If they trade him, I'm gonna follow Tyler As Hill too.
Don't say Grady Memorial Hospital. Don't say none of that. Don't say Sanford and Son because it got somebody named Grady on it. Don't say nothing relatively to Grady.
Did you follow Desmond Ritter too?
No, Desmond let me down. Y'all knew I was a Desmond. I liked the Desmond at first. He let me down when he had.
But you didn't follow him.
Say what?
You didn't follow him though.
No, I said I wouldn't follow him. No, he didn't. He lost me. He lost me when he started throwing out them interceptions when he had him. He lost me there. I was on this bandwagon. I was with him.
What you got?
I said they put him.
Let's go,
They set him up for failure. Dog.
They did, but that's neither here nor there. I think it's up here too. Oh man, I have a yes right here. A Desmond Ritter rookie card.
I got those too. I got some of those.
Somebody got what?
They ain't worth $3, man. They probably worth $3.
A Desmond Ritter rookie card.
Like a fine coaster.
So you don't think if Desmond Ritter had a quarterback coach, he would have played better down here?
Well, he had
the opportunity.
He had one in. Hold on. Let me finish. He had one in Phoenix. He didn't play well. He had
Arizona. Come on, now, coach. We talking about Arizona. He's already. Arthur Smith already had damaged him. Arthur Smith already had damaged him, coach. He was already damaged good. He was damaged goods already.
That means he had.
That's just like you go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and you got that dented can you picked up is already damaged good, right? You ain't finna reshape it to a perfect can.
Actually, it's not bad. You probably can get a discount on it.
Yeah, exactly, because it's damaged.
I believe that was the same thing they were thinking about with Grady. He was already damaged good. So they were like, you're gonna discount him he's already damaged. He ain't himself no more. He ain't that guy that was pushing the pocket anymore. He wasn't pushing P. So they was just like, he ain't pushing the pocket, so we don't have to. He's damaged, so we gotta mark his price down.
Well, the can said Corm was poking me.
But that's the thing. They could have marked his price down. But they were trying to they put that man straight on the clearance rank. They ain't marked down no company. They put the clearance price on that nigga.
That was manager special. They put the manager special on him. And that was, he didn't want to sell for that price. So it is what it is. But 330 said
his replacement was drafted a year prior. So simple as that. Just like when Grady came in, he took somebody's job too.
Yep. So 330 said, do you think we're in a quick Q&A right now? 330 said, do you think that the longer in the season we go, that Kirk becomes more valuable for trading? Like if we kept him, and then we still have a deadline through the season.
Somebody quarterback get hurt, hell yeah, he can be very, very.
Yo, what the trade deadline is now? What is it, week 10 now, the trade deadline? Is it 10 now?
Yeah, I
don't know.
Yeah, I think
they trying to make it the 18 game season. I mean, the next 2 seasons, they're probably gonna come.
Probably about 26, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's gonna be 18 game, which we knew that where they gonna go to. They NFL all about money.
I about to say, yeah, this
all about that money.
That's a money thing.
And they want to get more. See more overseas games. They want more of them games too. Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff, and then longer
less preseason.
Go up. Yeah. I mean that preseason, nobody really care about that. They ain't really trying to do nothing. And then
Not when I can send one of them games over overseas and it be like a Super Bowl overseas. Think about it. Every game that they send overseas, they sitting numbers, dog. They doing numbers over there. So that's a big payday. That's a big payday.
But there's a lot of Americans live overseas in those countries they're going to. Also.
Yeah.
It's like,
especially like military personnel and stuff too, who been repositioned over there. They usually just stay sometimes. Sometimes they stay. I got an uncle that stay in goddamn Japan.
Only thing is
Okinawa probably.
See, there's a conversation that a lot of people probably ain't ready to have. That's why I don't really talk about that expansion shit, because
they ain't gonna put no whole team over there because of travel. But they will put games. They will put games over there.
But it's about
we be there
clearance.
in the next 2 years.
It's about safety clearance and all that shit. It's about border. It's about it's about all these different, like Saudi Arabia. Of course, we know they getting to where they want to have their hands in some of everything now. Mm-hmm. So, but they got a lot of crazy shit going on around it.
That king will kill you.
So, I mean, it's a tricky. That's a tricky, sticky situation. It's probably better just to have leagues in them countries than it is to have American teams playing in them countries.
330 he had a double. His question was like a double question. So he asked.
Yeah, that was. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Would you play Kirk Cousins in the preseason if you still here?
Yeah.
Well, if he here, the backup quarterback got to play in the preseason because they ain't gonna risk the starter
unless we draft a rookie.
Then that rookie gonna get a lot playing time.
Yeah.
But I don't see us drafting no quarterback. I see us picking up one in the undrafted mark. Just for snaps all season. Yeah.
It depends on you.
They do it every year. They always get somebody in the undrafted.
It just depends on what happened with Kirk Cousins.
Okay.
Yeah, we had 4 quarterbacks last year. On the 90-man roster. We had 4. So they do it every year.
Well, those other guys they were just there. They was like,
they just there for the reps.
All right. Got any more questions? Kirk gonna make Case Washington preseason stuff? Probably. Ain't that the same one who said he was gonna have a breakout season last year?
He had one. He got the concussion.
Case Washington.
Yeah, he said he was gonna have a breakout season, man, and then all of a sudden I ain't seen him no more.
Well, we knew he was gonna get that much playing time.
Casey Washington is his cousin. Y'all know that, right? Dyson Daniels.
You talking about that wide receiver we drafted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew he wasn't gonna get that much playing time, dog.
Can I ask y'all a serious question?
Yeah.
At what point do we as a fan base get sick and tired of looking for answers?
I thought it would be funny. Go ahead, Blackberry. Don't mind what Mike said. Looking for
what
answers.
He said?
He asked the question, why didn't Grady stop the run?
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
I'm done with Grady Jerry question. Refer that to my compadre. You can ask them.
Is it like why did the chicken cross the road type question? Is that what it is?
Nah, it's more so like
I mean, because I mean, is it a fucking joke? Because he didn't stop the run because he couldn't. And then, but what somebody gonna go and say is, well, he ain't had nobody next to him to help him stop. Man, y'all kill me with that fucking shit right there. If he's supposed to be a difference maker, he's supposed to be able to stop a some bitch from getting up that motherfucking mill.
He's too busy trying to be a pass rusher up the field.
He's too busy trying to get upfield. Now,
Hey, how we think the offense gonna do this year, y'all?
My dog. My dog.
How we think the offense gonna do? I told y'all I'm done with that great Jerry shit. I ain't stepping off of it.
But look though, seriously though, when we gonna stop looking for answers? Because I think this is the way
I talk about all of them. I don't give a fuck. They still up.
Yeah, this the way up we get caught in as a fan base, looking for we looking for answers. We always looking for answers. You're not gonna get your answers until you know when you gonna get your answer. It's just like when I read my word. Why am I searching for the answer? It's gonna come to me. I just got to open up the book. I know what the answer's at. You know what the answer's at? Draft night.
D. Coleman, cut your April Fool shit up. They got to at least get some for the 2025 draft, not the 2026. Goddamn, boy.
You're going to get your answers on draft night. You're going to get your answers when they sign somebody, when they find somebody.
Did we get the answer last year on draft night?
You call me little girl.
You got the answer.
We got Penix.
You got your answer.
We got the
then y'all was confused. There wasn't no answer. Y'all was confused on draft.
No, I wasn't confused.
I told you.
I wasn't confused because that same night, bro, at the draft party in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I went into my phone and went on ahead and started ordering my jersey right then. I was like, let me get that thing. That's why I got mine.
Then we got to pull up the video. We got to pull up the video with everybody reaction when we drafted Michael Penix. Come on, let's stop the flexing.
No,
let's stop the flexing now.
It was puzzling.
What was my reaction?
Yo, what was my reaction?
Coach was the only one that said we should get that quarterback. There ain't no bullshit. There's not no bullshit. Coach was the only one. I ain't heard nobody say that.
To get a quarterback, but I went all surprised and shocked and
everybody. I can go pull up. Why? We can go stamp date. We can go stamp date when they did it. We can go look at the videos around that time. Everybody was like, "What the hell are we doing?"
I didn't expect it, but
everybody.
I kind of thought they could have done it.
I was like, honestly, I was like, why did we pay Kirk Cousins that much? Then, like, what was that for? That's what I was like. Why did we pay?
Everybody had that same sentimental that you saying. Exactly. Everybody was saying that same thing. Everybody expected us to have defense.
I didn't say we shouldn't. I didn't say we shouldn't have drafted a quarterback. My mindset was once I seen who was the three best quarterbacks, and he was one of the three, I was like, yeah, okay, cool. Because I didn't know who he was, and they were like, no, that's the dude from Washington. I didn't know who he was. No, I did not. I didn't know who he was. I didn't see the Michigan and Washington. I didn't see the Michigan and Washington game because I didn't care. I didn't care.
Well, I live in Washington, so I have no choice.
I didn't care. But then they was like, nah, this is the dude who led his team, Washington. He led his team. I was like, oh, that's him. Who they were talking about. They was riding high with Washington. I mean, with Michigan, they weren't really talking. I ain't hear too much camaraderie about him. But then when I found out who he was, I was like, he was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in the game. He was like top 3 in the draft. I said, okay, that makes sense because we're building towards the future. Kirk Cousins, we don't know. We got him for probably for 2 years. Then we got the guy behind him. I was like, cool. And then we got another left-handed quarterback. I was like, shoot, I was thinking like in my head, like they just trying to relive the Michael Vick experience. Honestly. So that's why
during Desmond Riddle's collapse.
Goodbye games.
I said it during his collapse that the most league ready quarterback coming in the 2024 draft was Michael Penix. I said that during the collapse of Desmond Riddle in 2023. When they drafted Michael Penix, I was not surprised. I was not shocked. I had been following the reports that they had just went and watched this man practice.
Throwing the rain
all in strenuous weather. Got the whole crew up there to watch him in the last week before the draft. Mm-hmm. I was not surprised, and I didn't care about how much money somebody had just got paid at the same position or guaranteed. I don't give a flying you know what about it. I don't care. I just want you to make it work. If you want to pay 1, 2, 3 guys a whole bunch of money because you think that they're core pieces to your team, fine. But you better do a hell of a job developing your young talent. You better do a hell of a job going and finding diamonds in the rough. You better do a hell of a job finding guys that done fell in the cracks and you able to get your hands on them in free agency, in the undrafted pool, whatever it is. You just better do a goddamn good job of it. Because if you can, and you go win a championship, I'm not going to give a fuck about how much money you gave somebody. I'm not going to care. 50-some years, y'all. This is what we're going to talk about tomorrow. 50-some years with nothing. But all y'all want to sit up here and pretend and keep searching for answers and keep pretending like you got all this damn time. I don't want to be old in the ass when the Falcons finally win some shit. And I can't even make it to the parade because I can't even get out my own goddamn bed and move on my own. I got to rely on somebody to carry me to that motherfucker. I don't want to be that.
This is the situation that they did right now. Ain't made us closer to the championship. What the hell?
You don't know.
It's team that been here longer than us, and I had no. I guarantee we ain't close to those
other teams. I don't care.
We can't. You saying
don't have nothing for 50 years.
Your team is still blended in with everybody else, Blackberry.
I don't care.
It's luck involved in championships. It's luck involved in championship, bro. It's luck involved in championship, bro. That's what you got to get over, bro.
If I go to an interview for a job and there's some bitch that's at the interview that's going for the same job I'm going for, am I gonna be like, hey, bro, you ain't got this job neither, man? Hey, man, me and you both, man, we got to work together.
The Cowboys think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Cowboys think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year. Come on, bro.
That's just a fan.
Come on, bro. It's luck involved. It's luck involved in championship. We cannot determine when we're going to win a goddamn. Yes, they had plenty of luck.
I got a question.
They had plenty of luck. Plenty of one-score game. Plenty of one-score game that they escaped. Yes, they had luck. Kansas City had luck to make how far they make. Kansas City supposed to be a 6-loss team, 6-7-loss team, how they played, but they made it to the Super Bowl. It was a lot of luck. It's luck involved in sports, bro. Can't nobody determine what a team gonna do.
That is true. You're right about that. However, by them bringing in that running back last year, it puts them over the top. Simple. So one player can make a difference.
Strategy matters.
Yeah, Phillip
matters.
We're not one player away, though. That's the difference. Phillip was one player away. We're not one player away.
So
you can't say we get one player, we're gonna make it to the playoff. That's a lie.
Now, if we're not one player away, last year we make the playoff no matter what.
Okay. I got a question for you, Will.
Well, I swear, Will, but you got more excuses than a little bit.
If we're not one player away from making the playoffs, how many players away are we from making the playoffs?
Yo, how many players? Yo.
It's not a player situation. It's the scheme. It's the scheme. It's our coaches that's holding us back.
Okay.
Our coaches holding us back.
Okay, what do you think we should be doing to get to the playoffs?
Using the talent we have.
How for $10 million?
How many times did we have our offensive coordinator didn't know how to use our offense?
Maybe it was the quarterback, Will.
No, that was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
I watched the game. It was the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Offensive coordinator, 3 interceptions.
Okay.
Come on, man. We know he ain't throw no interception, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay. You saying it's the offensive coordinator. Do you believe in the offensive coordinator that we have right now?
Oh, I know that answer.
Do you believe in the offensive coordinator with the pieces, with the offense that we have currently?
Well, you know, he still got to prove himself to me. I don't trust that nigga. Y'all know that. I don't trust that nigga.
What is it that you feel like we need to do with the people that we have, the personnel that we have on offense? What do we need to be doing with that personnel?
Learn how to use them. Learn how to use them together. He got to learn how to use his run game to set up his pass and his pass to set up his run. He don't know how to do that. He's inconsistent in how he uses his players. He don't use enough two back sets in the backfield. He don't do none of this stuff. He don't use his team to his advantage.
Hey, what
He's
y'all
gonna use his team to his advantage.
What is it the offensive coordinator fault when your offense done drove the ball all the way down the field just to get inside the red zone and your quarterback throw it down interception in the end zone?
Bro, we know that boy fell off the wagon. We know that nobody expected it. I'm talking about games you saw, bro. You sat here and watched these games, bro. No, I'm not answering that dumbass question.
He just asked you.
I ain't answering that dumbass question.
He just asked you what do you think need to be done with the group that we currently have for it to work? That's what he just asked you.
Take the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hand. He put the ball in Kirk Cousins' hand too many times last year. We saw that.
Kirk Cousins. He the quarterback. The ball in his hand every play.
Oh my God. They trying to be a goddamn dumbass. Bro, of course he touched the ball every damn play, bro. He's the fucking quarterback. I'm talking about having him throw the ball every play, bro. Come on, man. He haven't fit it, bro. It's too many games when had him having 45 to 50 attempt pass in a game, bro. He shouldn't be throwing the ball that many motherfucking times. When you got a backfield like that.
I told you what type of team that we're gonna have. And I'm saying this again, and I need everybody to understand this is the team what we're gonna have. We're gonna have a passing team that can run. I said it before. We're gonna be a passing team that can run.
You dub all over again.
That's what it is. You look at the coordinator we have. We got the coordinator we have. We have two good running backs. We got wide receivers. We got an X factor in Kyle Pitts whenever he want to get his 2 catches each game and then disappear. Whatever. But at the end of the hey, I can talk about him all day. He might be my next victim. But at the end of the day, my mindset is I wanted to know what you thought, what we had, like what is it that we need to do? So what is it that we need to do in this drive? What is it that we need to do? Like we already got the coach.
Defense.
Okay, defense. Okay, what is
build our depth? We found out our linebackers were a weak point last year. We need more depth at linebacker, not just body space to give us. We need depth, players that can play, players that can cover. We didn't have that last year. We had bodies. We didn't have players. We had bodies. That's all we had.
Okay,
we need players that can play. We seen when we get a couple of hurt defensive backs, we in trouble. It shouldn't be like that. We need more depth. That's what I need them to focus on in the draft. If we focus on depth on the defense, we're gonna be good. We can make the playoff. We can make the playoff. I ain't saying we're no championship team. We definitely can make the playoff next year.
Focus on defense. Do you think we put enough? Matter of fact, no. Let me change that. Do you think we put the right kind of energy into the defense? Because just filling a bunch of needs that you need to get depth on your team, that's one thing. But are you really making the defense better?
I think they're going to get Albert. They're going to get Albert type players. I really think they taking input from Albert. These are players that Albert uses in his type of defense.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm willing to see how Albert runs his defense this year. It's going to be, as he said, it's going to be a multiple defense. He's not focused on 3-4. He's not focused on 4-3. He's going to play multiple, which I think that's the way you play as a defensive player, defensive team. Multiple is the best way to play. So you don't focus or handicap yourself on one particular type play style. You feel what I'm saying? You're able to adjust with the offense. So I think we're heading in the right direction. Only thing I didn't like about it was Grady Terry, but everything else they picking up depth. They picking up players that can actually play, not just bodies. So I'm willing to wait and see what they're gonna do.
You got no choice.
You're right, because I don't got no control on the team. You're right. You damn right about that.
Ain't none of us got no choice.
No, I mean, yeah, we don't, but that's the formality of being a spectator and a fan and a student of the game, you know, and an ex-player or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, I feel like even if you look at us in a nutshell from last year, our defense wasn't sustaining. So to answer your question, Blackberry, we didn't put enough emphasis on our defense like we're going to do. I think like the guy he mentioned that hybrid guy, that hybrid safety that can play multiple positions, that's gonna solidify us a little bit more in the like plug and play players. Like you say, at the 15 pick, we need to be picking the best player on the board for a need that we need, to fill a need that we need. And it needs to be a player that's, that's a plug and play player, just like the reason why we pick a AJ Terrell, the reason why we pick the Kyle Pitts, the reason why we pick the London, the reason why we pick the Bijan Robinson. You know what I'm saying? Because those are people with plug and play people that we can put them in, they fit our scheme, they was our guy. So at the end of the day, I honestly feel like we already got the offense we need. We just needed some rotational pieces, some complementary rotational pieces for the offense, but you can get on the back end or people that didn't get picked up. You don't need no heavy hitter, really wide receiver. When I thought about it, because we got Mooney doing his thing, we got Hodge still doing his thing when he comes out as a rotational piece. We know London doing his thing. We still gonna see what Kyle Pitts has to offer, because Kyle Pitts is still considered, to me, he's considered a wide receiver, regardless if he was to start doing tight end routes more often. And we utilize that type of scheme, but if we're still running like I don't remember the Jets running like a lot of tight end, like a lot of running their offense through the tight end. But I feel like we got a wide receiver in, Kyle Pitts, or a passing option with Kyle Pitts, and then we still got the two running backs that we do have, and then we got Michael Penix, and then we have a decent line. We just got to, you said we got to get a center. Because we just let Dahlman walk, right? He just walked straight to Chicago, didn't he? Or whatever. You got
Newsel still there.
Oh yeah, Newsel. I forgot. I thought he was hurt or something.
No, Newsel is on the team. He's just tendered. If somebody pick him up, we get a pick for him. That's all it is.
Okay. Nobody's gonna try to give us a pick for that. But okay, we got him, and they ain't gonna do that. They're like, man, we're gonna lose a pick.
Never know.
Yeah, but I mean, if he's good, he's good. But at the end of the day, I think our offense is pretty much it's better than our defense. So I feel like the emphasis will be defense, but I also feel like if you're looking at our team and in a whole, I think, like you mentioned, Blackberry, we need to put more emphasis on defenses as far as, because we're going to do edge rush by committee. I believe we're going to do that. Edge rush by committee. Solidifying our linebacker core, the next level of defense, which is our linebacker core, because we know that middle of the field, that's why we got the Diablo, because that middle of the field was just open for the taking. We was losing, we would give up 13 yards, and it'd be 3rd and 13, and we giving up 14 yards, 15 yards, because in the middle. So my question to you, Will, my question to you is,
don't say nothing that rhyme with Grady.
It's just for everybody.
I ain't saying nothing else on. I'm not saying nothing else on. I told you I'm done with that.
He said it. I didn't even say nothing about Grady.
I know who said it. I'm done with that shit.
So my mindset is this. And my question is to everybody to answer this, really. Do you feel like our team this year will make the playoffs with the actions, regardless of the draft, with what we have done with the team that we have right now in this core? Do y'all feel like we will make the playoffs with the staffing we have, the people we have in place? I don't even know our rivals at the time, but do you feel like our team that we have, all the misfits we have on our team, do y'all feel like it's enough to make it to the playoffs?
I think I've fallen in love with you.
I do.
Why would you say that? I need to know why too. Because everybody needs to know. Like, we want to know why.
Why? What was the question?
Like, with what we have right now, do you feel like our team will make it to the playoffs? Like, not adding anybody.
Well, the last 3 seasons we could have made it to the playoffs. It's all been about coaching. So if our coaches show up this year, yes, we can make it to the playoffs. We've been in position the last 3 years. We've been there, right there. We just couldn't close the deal.
Okay.
I say yes because I think if you give these young guys opportunities, like some of these guys who've been started for a while had those opportunities, you'll get some out of it. That's all it is.
I say yes because when I look at the personnel and I look at the coaching staff, I think that's enough there to get you into the playoffs. It's enough to get you 10 wins. I do think that.
Okay.
Think somebody waiting on a butt because I usually go, but.
However,
And I
However,
and I do have a but.
Go ahead, butt it up.
But.
How's that?
But when I asked the question about if we put the right kind of energy into the defense, I'm glad you mentioned complementary pieces on offense. Because when you look at offense, you have the guys who you can stamp. You can stamp that they're going to go out there and they're going to make plays for you.
Yeah, Drake London's going to lose his helmet a couple of times.
He's going to lose his fucking mind a couple times, and he's going to go out there and he's going to make some plays. You know that Bijan is going to make plays. You know that Tyler Jill is going to make plays. And you need the complementary pieces to make plays here and there. Show up here and there so that now some of the attention on the main guys comes off of them, and now we can really get some work done. On the defense, where are the guys that need complementary pieces around them besides Jesse Bates and AJ Terrell? Mike Hughes is a solid number 2. He is. But what about
he showed us
playmaking?
last night. You're right.
Yeah, he showed us that. But what about the playmakers? We know Jesse Bates is a playmaker. But what about up front? What about that front 7? A lot of people, we saw Caden Ellis we saw him get to work. We saw him do some work when they finally let him do what he's best at.
Yeah, there's that. Go run free. Do your cover this.
Scheme change.
Scheme change. When they finally let him do what he's best at, we saw him get to work. I think the guys like Clark Phillips III, D'Amico Helms, they have the ability to be playmakers, but you got to make sure you're using them to their strengths. So when we talk about complementary pieces and we talk about this draft, man, if you really just dial in on defense, your offense it's there, and you can go get complementary pieces even still for this offense. But this offense is set, in my opinion. In my opinion, if this was a chessboard, the offense is already the damn rook sitting over in the goddamn corner waiting on you to move that damn pawn off from in front of that king. The offense is set. It's there. It ain't moving. It ain't going nowhere. We need the defense to be fortified to the point of where we looking down the barrel of the playoffs, and the only thing we worried about is the coaching staff gonna fuck it up, because the personnel on both sides of the ball is there. The special teams is there.
We're not there on defense yet. We're not there yet. We ain't there yet.
I think you got the personnel. I think you got the personnel for it though. Still, right now.
That's yet to be seen.
I'm not worried though. Not the one I'm not worried about it though. I think it's a solid personnel group on defense, but I don't see go out there and make me a play defense. I don't see that yet. Jesse Bates is out there, yes, but I don't see we need the ball back defense. Go get us the ball back. I don't see that. When I see that,
three and out.
Yeah, 3 and out. A 3 and out defense.
What do we have in the draft that you feel like will complement the players that we have to produce through production to get us a 3-and-out? Like what 2 players, what 1 player, what do you see that will make us have a 3-and-out defense? With what we have, what can we add on defense? Or
interior, defensive interior line.
Okay.
One of the 4.
One of the 4.
One of the 4 impact players from the defensive line.
So at 15, don't worry about getting a safety. Get you another interior.
Yeah, what you need the safety for? You just brought a safety.
Yeah, get the best interior edge rusher out there at 15.
I ain't gonna say interior edge rusher. I say inside guy too.
Yeah,
Inside
interior guy. Yeah.
I'm not getting no inside guy first round. It's too many of them. I can get somebody in the second or the third. I'm not spending that on no first. Y'all just been 2 picks last year on defensive tackle.
I hear what you're saying. But if you can get an impact guy, impact.
Ain't no defensive tackle you pick this time for the pick. Impact. Nobody. Because then you back to the same situation y'all saying. So y'all saying this guy finna start over Root and over all of them too. He finna get more playing time than them. So what was the point of getting rid of Grady Jarrett? You gonna go pick another fucking defensive tackle?
We want to talk about Grady Jarrett no more.
Yeah, you're right. But yeah, the best player for the first round would be Malachi. If Malachi there, I'm drafting him. If he's not there, I'm falling back in the draft.
You don't want we need another
because you don't need that. You don't need man there. He played more than safety. He could play nickel. So he brings more impact.
So that means you wasted Clark Phillips time.
Either way, Clark Phillips can be a number 2. It don't matter. Don't damn cornerbacks stay out 24/7 on their field. They always rotate cornerbacks. They rotate cornerbacks out.
No, they don't. This ain't Georgia.
The only player that didn't get rotated out was AJ Terrell. The second cornerback got rotated out. Mike Hughes got rotated out.
When he got hurt.
He got rotated out.
After he got hurt.
Yeah, when he came back from injury, yeah.
But think about it. Your Malachi gonna add competition. He gonna make them boys step their game up. So if they want to play, they gonna have to step to the plate. Because he gonna come and play. He gonna come and play.
It has to be competition anyway.
But it ain't been that. We've been adding stuff to the defensive line. Ain't nobody stepped up.
And that's why Grady's gone now. Because they didn't want no competition. He was automatically getting a job.
I slipped up and said, "Great." I ain't saying it no more.
I'm just saying.
I ain't saying no more. I slipped up. I ain't saying no more, man.
You just made a point right there. Because he was the vet there. We don't know if he outworked those guys in practice because nobody knows because nobody's seen him.
Anybody who watched football know that man outplayed most of everybody on that field.
He didn't out. Okay. I'm going to prove you wrong now. When Rook was in the game, the limited time that you see Rook, he made a play every time he was in the game. Every time.
He did better when he was matched up with Eddie Goldman or Grady.
No. He wasn't matched. He didn't look good with Grady. He looked good with Ayamata. That's why Ayamata's still here. Now look,
Ayamata's still here because they ain't paying him that much. That's why he's here.
He has spent $8 million. That's a lot.
Ayamata's still here.
$8 million for paying $20 million for Grady. That's a whole difference.
Well, Ayamata had more production than Grady last year too. That's another thing. So Grady was not your best D lineman last year. He may be your most popular one, but he wasn't your best D lineman. So
he was the best one on this team last year.
No, he was not.
And they let my boy Eddie go. Eddie was that top dude. Eddie Gold was playing. They let that man leave.
Grady was not the best defensive lineman on that team.
Great. Hey,
any more questions?
Eddie had 5 tackles.
Oh man,
the whole season.
Blackberry stupid, man. He's stupid, yeah.
What Blackberry say?
He just you tickled his ears by saying that GJ was
never bad.
was like the best defensive lineman that we had last year.
Oh shit!
Listen, at the end of the day, Grady did what he can do, but his time was over here. Simple as that.
Yeah, he did.
That's all it is. He did what he can do.
We got all the love for my guy, man. We got all the love for Jesse Boy.
And like I said, I think Grady wanted to leave anyway.
And I hope he come back and retire with the Falcons too. And I ain't talking about just a one-day, $1 contract to retire. I hope he come back for one more season with us.
It'll be $1 day. It'll be $1 day. He ain't come back.
Yeah, it probably will be. But I hope it's for to actually get some reps with the actual defense that we play with that year and then retire afterwards. I really hope that's what happens.
Well, according to my calculation, that ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry, Locke. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Do we have y'all give y'all salutations, man? We don't have enough fun for the day. It's 2 hours into this thing. I took over the Lady Birds slot and did my slot all at the Saint. Man, so y'all go ahead and tell them where they can find you at. Big Will, go ahead. And then y'all can do a round robin them. Where they can find you at. Some loops, the salutations, the deuces. What we gonna do?
I'll go first. You can find me at Coach Unchained on everything. I'll be back Friday. We're gonna be doing the top safeties of all time in the NFL.
Coach, is that you? That's you in the picture?
That's my 4 years old, maybe 5 years old.
Oh man, it looks just like you. I'm about to say that's his grandson or something.
Hey, don't we say that word? I ain't got none of them things. I ain't got none of them things right there, boy.
Coach,
Okay.
He trying to run from being a grandpappy.
Oh,
all right.
Popping on his damn head.
Blackberry, what you got for us?
Y'all make sure y'all go to the home team with Blackberry. That's Blackberry, no C, just the K. The home team with Blackberry on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And you can find me at Blackberry Lorex on all other social media platforms. That's Blackberry, no C, just the K. Tune in tomorrow for Let's Be Clear. Afternoon. That's gonna be an afternoon show where I be clear on a specific subject or topic, and I'll give you all the opportunity to come on and shoot the shit with me on Let's Be Clear. That's tomorrow. That's on Wednesdays. And on Thursdays, of course, we got the Rex Pit, where we trying to bring back segments like Bring It to the Pit, man, and have a debate. Let two people debate one another, and whoever win get bragging rights. So, hey, man, y'all just make sure y'all do what it do. And I don't know how many subs Coach Unchained got. Last time I checked, it was 490. But if we can get Coach Unchained to 500 before draft night, he only needs 10 more subs. All y'all got to do is hit the share button on his channel. Just go to his channel and share his channel on Facebook, Instagram, X, wherever Pornhub, wherever you go do your business at. Wherever you go do your business, you go share Coach Unchained channel on there. So we can get him to 500 before draft night so he can get to the money. That'll be another stream of income for the coach or coaches.
Coach of coaches. Will, you got anything to say? Will, I am.
You on that truck?
I am on that truck. So I'm going to go ahead and end it, man. I already know who your boy is. This is your boy, the Lochness, man. The Lochness Podcast. Go on my channel on YouTube.
Yo.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead, Will. We wait for you to go ahead and.
My bad, bro. I didn't even know y'all telling me to go. My bad. Y'all know what it is, man. It's Will the Georgia Reef on everything, man. Catch me on Wednesday nights at 7:05. But I'm probably just gonna be on Blackberry Show. Cause ain't too much news going on. Hop on what he got going on. Y'all will catch me on that. But y'all can go subscribe to my page or whatnot, man. If y'all ain't already did. So, but y'all know, if I got time, whatever AFN got going on, y'all know I'm on now, man. If some news pop up, y'all might see me at 7:05, but if it ain't no news, I'll be on there with Blackberry when you come on.
All right. like I was saying, it's the reboot. This your boy, the Lochness, man. The Lochness Podcast. Go on YouTube and subscribe to me as well. Trying to get a 250. Like I said, 250. I probably give off an auction off one of my signs apparel I got, memorabilia I got. And if I get to 500, somebody can probably win a Falcons jersey on the Lochness Street, man. The Lochness will treat you to a Falcons jersey, man. If your choice of player, and I get you. We give me the 500. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for stopping by, everybody that was making the chat active, everybody that's in the chat that were talking, all the camaraderie we were doing, all the great Jared conversation, although there was a Kirk Cousins conversation. Appreciate everybody. Appreciate the
Kirk Cousins.
Hey man, we were just trying to see what his value was, what Kirk Cousins' value was in trading for him, and he worth a trade or worth keeping. But that's neither here nor there.
5th round pick. That's it.
5th round, third. I said a third and the 5th. But you know, that's
by itself, he just that.
Can we just give him away and just tell him to take the contract? We don't need no pick.
Hell no. Package that some bit with some picks and get back in the first. That's what I say.
Early second. But yeah, man, like I said, go ahead and subscribe to your boy, man. I appreciate y'all for stopping by. Appreciate, you know what I'm saying, anybody that came through, everybody that came through. Appreciate the squad for coming up on the panel, man, having a little chit chat with me, man. As per usual, man, holla at everybody on AFN, GSN, man, my sports, Talk 6, man, all them. All right, man, I appreciate y'all, man. We're going to end this thing, man. Like I said, let's talk about it Tuesdays. We're
going to have a memorial service for Jesse's boy this weekend.
You stupid.
I'm going to end it on that.
Everybody's cordially invited.
Pray me.